Good morning, Floss Tube. It's Julie with Reflections Framing and Stitching. Today is Thursday. It is the 9th of July, and this is Chart of the Day video number 59, I believe. Yeah, I wrote it down. 59. Good morning and welcome. How are you today? Doing pretty good. We had a little rain overnight, which is good because they put the insecticide on my lawn yesterday and it needed to be watered in. So Mother Nature did that for me. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it. Partly cloudy. Supposed to get hot again, but right now it's pretty cool out. It was nice this morning when I went out and deadheaded flowers and did that kind of morning stuff that a person should do but doesn't always get done. It hadn't been done since before I went on vacation, so there was a lot of deadheading to do. Let me see. Today is the big day. I open back up appointment only. I have 2 appointments, so not a big rush or anything, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. What else do I have to say? Yesterday's question of the day surprised me. Well, the question didn't surprise me. Your answers surprised me. I thought more people that responded would have been to a retreat, and it seems like you haven't been. Various reasons, most of them being that there wasn't one close by. Some were cost factors. So what I wanna, and some of you were afraid because you didn't know anybody. I want to encourage everyone to try and get to a retreat at some point. They're a lot of fun. Some people were worried about it being cliquey, and that can happen. A lot of people discover when they go to their first retreat that you know, the people that have been going have their groups formed, and they do. I'm not gonna lie, there are some groups that are formed and they're really not interested in letting anyone else in. But if the person running the retreat knows what they're doing, they should be able to place you at a table where you would be welcomed. That's one of the reasons I like to keep my retreat small. I don't take any more than 40. Sometimes I have a wait list, but other times I don't. It's usually easier to get into the fall retreat, which is a no-frills retreat traditionally, than it is the spring retreat when there are frills, as I like to call them. This year, since our spring retreat, our frills retreat was canceled, I've just rolled everything over to the fall retreat. If it gets canceled, I'll just roll it over until next spring again. So, but I usually try and take into consideration who's new and might feel a little shy or awkward, and put them with people that I know might be a little more open to new people, because some just aren't, and that's fine. That's fine. I would say most that come to my retreat are more than happy to welcome new people. So please try and get to a retreat once COVID is lifted, and you may find I had a couple new people the last time, which would have been the fall of 2019 was our last retreat. And I had a couple new ladies that had never been to a retreat before, and now they say they'll never miss one. So that's just something to think about, is try and find a smaller one. Yes, you may have to travel a little bit, and for some, expense is going to be a problem. But if you can make it to one, give it a whirl. They're a lot of fun. Okay, let's see. Today's chart of the day today comes from, and I'm going to fracture this, Stickydine von der Weyenberg, something like that. It's the Flower Quaker Band. It came out at Market. I think I showed this as one of my favorites when I came back from Market. Picture does not do it justice. The colors are gorgeous. It's 121 by 457, so it is big. It uses just DMC, so that's good. It won't cost a whole lot. The chart sells for $22, and let me show you the colors, because they're beautiful colors. You've got the 501s, 2, 3, and then the purples with a couple of blues thrown in there. So they're really pretty colors. Now, I did not see anywhere where it gave a fabric color suggestion, so I just pulled some different ones that I thought would look good. This is a 40 count mushroom. This fabric, it's an even weave. It's a Lugana. No, it's a Jobelin, and it's called light gray. It, to me, does not look very gray, but it has a slight pinky, lavendery kind of undertone to it, and I thought the colors would look really pretty on there. And it's a 28 count. But I wouldn't call it a gray. It's more like a grayish. This color is French lace. This is a Witchelt fabric, I think. It's stiff as a board, and it's very thin. And I'm showing it strictly for the color, because it's a pale kind of green, but it's not a yellow green, it's more of a blue green, and the colors would be really pretty on that. I haven't found another fabric color that's similar, which is why I'm showing this one. I just have very little of it left, but this has been hanging around in the shop for probably 10 years, so that tells you people just don't like the stiffness of that fabric, but the color is really pretty. So if you happen to have that in your stash, it would be really pretty on there, if you don't mind thin, stiff fabric. Flax would be an excellent choice. And finally, and I think this might be my favorite, this is Winter Wishes. It's a 40 count from Stephanie. And it's kind of a gray, leaning with some purpley undertone to it. Has a little bit of modeling. I don't know if you can see that in the picture or not. Open it up, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. There you can see some modeling. And there again. So it's probably my favorite. So hopefully you enjoyed those color options for that chart. It's a beautiful sampler. Yeah. Today's question of the day, which I think I have forgotten already. I have forgotten. I should have written it down. I did not write it down. Why do I do that? I know I get to talking and it goes out of my head. It was stitching related. Hold on, I'm going to have to think on it for a minute. I'm sorry. Okay, got it. I was just kind of curious. Blackbird Design has been releasing quite a few designs since Market. You know, they put out quite a few at Market, and they put out a couple since then. And so I was just kind of curious how many of you have actually stitched a Blackbird design. I've done a few. I wouldn't say I've done a ton. I've started a ton. I haven't necessarily finished them. Well, maybe not even a ton. I have started some. I love their designs. I just don't ever get them done. I don't ever get anything done. Anyway, I'm just curious, how many of you have stitched a Blackbird design? And maybe what your favorite one is. I don't know that I have a favorite one. I do really like, and I haven't stitched it yet, but I'm thinking about doing that. I think about it every time retreat comes around. It goes to retreat with me, and I never start it. But it's Manor at Peacock Hill, I think is the name of it. Got the peacock on it. Yeah. I have the one that's fairly new. All Joys for Thine. Is that it? I have that laying on the table in the back with all the threads, and it's staring at me because it kind of wants to go home. But I keep thinking I really don't need to add anything else to my stash, but more than likely it will eventually find its way, if not home, into the drawer up front where I keep things when I'm debating. So there's your question for the day. I want you to have a great one today, get some stitching done, and I should see you tomorrow. So take care until then. Bye.